Yeah. So as it relates to immigration, I think it's a really I think it's a really funny subject, right? The very folks that say year over year that they can't give resources, right, or reparations and everything else to Black Americans in all the blue cities across America, they found a way to give immigrants, illegal immigrants, hundreds of millions of dollars in cities like Chicago. Most recently in states like California, the state Senate passed a bill to grant 0% interest loans, zero down, plus $150,000, I believe it's a tax credit. The reality in the situation is that there is a group of folks that under the Biden-Harris administration have been brought into this country to offset the vote. And that is a legitimate issue for Black Americans today, and we need to deal with it. And oh, by the way, in the process of that, we've got undocumented terrorists that have come into this country that have put our nation at risk. And I have a legitimate issue with that.
Well, to piggyback off that, just discussing the resources, as a former foster child, had I aged out, I would have only left the orphanage with a garbage bag full of clothes, and they would have given me a $700 check a month and told me good luck. So I think that it's disgusting, a spit in the face to kids like me who didn't ask to be born into the situations that we were born into, that we would never be able to qualify for the resources that are literally being given to somebody else. Additionally, let's talk about the reasoning why they're coming over here, because we keep talking about the type of people that are coming over here. Let's look about the reasoning why they're even letting them coming over here. Black people are no longer fearing that the Republicans are going to take away our right to vote. These voter suppression arguments are no longer working. Yet if you can threaten an entire demographic of people, it's at 10 million now. We can only imagine what it would be in the next 4 years if this woman wins this office. In which case, now if you tell that large of a demographic of people that they will lose all of their benefits and their citizenship if they were to vote for a Republican, you can guarantee that you now have a new loyal voting base. So in the same way that Black people have been prioritized last, every time we're prioritized first during campaign season, prioritized last during an administration. We're going to see us be kicked out of the room. We won't even be on the list once these migrants have come over here. There's already 10 million. There's only 49 million of us here. There's only 49 million of us here. Yep. And then if you think about the voter apathy that exists within the Black community, there's not 49 million of us voting. But you can guarantee every single one of those illegals who can get out there and vote is going to go vote.
I've said this numerous times in multiple videos. They're bringing these people over to replace Black folks. That's the sole purpose, that's the sole intent, to replace Black people. And the byproduct of that is to destabilize America, because they need a new voting bloc. They've accomplished their mission of reducing the Black population to the point to where your voting power is no longer as important as it was 60 years ago. They needed your vote 60 years ago because you were the largest minority. We were the largest minority. That no longer applies anymore. Hispanics have overtaken Black people because Black people have bought into the lie that we have liberty. We can kill our offspring. That's freedom. You've bought into that lie. You've been gaslit to the point to where you destroy your future. The spirit of lawlessness, a spirit of iniquity that has overrun and overtaken the Black community because we have rejected the truth of God's word. We have these church plants and these church Negroes that get up in the pulpit, that get on TV and tell us that something's wrong with us when we speak out about what's going on in the communities. Something's wrong with us if we don't accept these people coming over here illegally. Something's wrong with us. You're not Christian because you don't accept these people who are coming over here breaking laws. You're not accepting. Really? So if I go out here and commit a crime, will you be accepting of me? If I go out here and break the law, will you be accepting of me? Of course not, because I'm a citizen. But these illegals, they play by a different set of rules. They can rob people, they can terrorize communities, they can destroy stuff, but not be penalized. I'm glad to see that some people are finally waking up to this, especially in cities like Chicago.
All I can say to you is that you are a disgrace. I'm an 80-year-old woman, and I've never seen anything like this. I grew up in the Jim Crow South, and the policies that you're passing in this city remind me of the Jim Crow South. I had to drink out of a colored water fountain, or the whites would drink out of a white water fountain. But you know what I didn't have to worry about? Going back to my community and it would be destroyed. And everybody else is in my community but Black people. And this is what you've done with this immigration. You have allowed all these people, you brought all these people into this city. You are destroying this city. And the Black community is flooded with all of these immigrants, violent ones, prostitution, gangs. You did that. You are doing this to your people. You are an absolute disgrace to me. Like I said, I drank out of that colored water fountain, but I could go back to that Black community that was intact. Women are crying. Taxes are going up. What am I going to do with my children? Where are we going to go and live? This is because of you, Brandon Jackson. You're destroying the South Side of Chicago with your policies, all under the Democratic Party. You are a disgrace.
Us and giving to them people that they don't know who they are. I asked them, is there any type of vetting process for them to come over here from Texas to Chicago? They told me no. When I said this to Alderman Vasquez, he lied to my face, and he told me that they are being vetted. When I asked them, they said they're not being vetted. They said no names have been taken, they just got put on a bus and shipped over here. That's why there's gangs over here now. This is why there's gangs roaming the streets. I asked them, is there any type of regulation? Is there any type of police oversight or curfew? They told me no. This is why they're able to do whatever they want to do. Break into stores, vandalize, break into cars, run people over with cars that they steal from people, children. These people come from countries that traffic in drugs and children that our government is subsidizing, while they're telling us that we need to be sympathetic to them. They're putting them in our community, the Black communities. We have to take the blunt of all of this illegal immigration. And we're getting told that we're the bad guys if we have any complaint for it. For years, the government has said that they were going to do something to the South Side and the West Side, and every single time they say, well, you know, it's not in the budget right now, we need more votes, it's a process, it's this, it's that. Yet illegal immigrants come over and millions of dollars, apparently nowhere, gets to go to them. That they were going to do something to the South Side and the West Side, and every single time they say, well, you know, it's not in the budget right now, we need more votes, it's a process, it's this, it's that. Yet illegal immigrants come over and millions of dollars out of apparently nowhere gets to go to them. Criminal or non-criminal, it doesn't matter, they still get to go to them. Adults my age, these are not old men and old ladies with little babies, not most of them, no. These are adults my age that our government neglects the citizens of, the veterans sleeping on the streets, and they're giving to them. These people are preying on the elderly in our community. We've seen that time and time again. All of that's been documented. They're preying on the children, not just in Chicago, in New York, in Colorado. The government has neglected us, and we have the list of everybody who has approved of it, everybody who has voted for it, everybody who lies to our face. We're tracking everything, and your seats is up.
That's their plan. Their plan is to replace Black people. And the sad part about it is Black people are cheering their own demise. They're cheering this stuff. They're voting for people that are actively looking to destroy the community. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. God gives us wisdom and insight, skillful and godly wisdom. Let's use it. But you know why people don't use it? Because they don't have a relationship with God. They don't have a relationship with Jesus. They go to these church plant churches. They don't know the real God. They don't know the real Jesus. And so they accept what the government and the media tells them. It's foolishness. It's dumb. They want you to continue to be victims so they can use your agitation, use your anger against you. Please wake up. Please see what's really going on. Please. Otherwise, you're going to be I'm telling you, in 10 years, the black population will be non-existent in the majority of these metropolitan cities. From crime, from being put in prison, from abortion, and from LGBTQ. Yeah, in about 10 years, the black populations in these cities will be non-existent. Mark my words. The way things are going, that's what's happening. We're not victims. We are empowered for greatness.